everyone. My name is Hal. You've made it over to Quail Studios Guitar. I'm going to talk a little bit about simple bar chords today. I was teaching the other day and I had an idea about how to teach some of my students how to play bar chords. Sometimes it's really a struggle. So let's just get right to it and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Chords are made by combining 2 or 3 notes together. A 3-note chord is called a triad. And so a C chord would be C, E, G, like that. A G chord is G, B, D, and a D chord is D, F sharp, A. Now I chose these 3 chords because they're in the key of G, G, C, and D, G being what we call the 1 chord, or the tonic chord, the C being the subdominant, or the 4 chord, and the D being the dominant, or the 5 chord. And this is called a 1-4-5. When you play G, C, and D, that's a 1-4-5 progression in G. So we're going to do 2-note chords to start with, okay? We're going to play the G's, just G and G, and then we're going to play C and G, and then we're going to play D and A, and I'll show you right now what that's like. So we're going to be on the 3rd fret. We're going to take our first finger, and what I'm doing is, here I'm going to face the camera, and you'll notice that my guitar is off at an angle. I've got my elbow tucked right to here, just to my body, and I'm playing right here on this part of my finger, on the side of my finger. I'm not going like this and playing on the flat part, but I've got my guitar like this and I'm playing on the side of my finger like that. So what I'm doing is I'm holding down the E string here and the E string here. Now let's turn and I'll show you a little closer. These 2 notes on the 3rd fret, like that. The right hand looks like this. So I'm holding down this finger on the 3rd fret, and I'm just plucking with my thumb and my ring finger right now, because I'm going to use my middle finger and my index finger a little later. So I want to get used to this. Now, holding that hand right there, let's make sure that you're pushing down on the A string this time and the E string. The 5th string up and the 1st string. So do the same thing, but now so the first chord would be G, 2 G's, C and G, and now let's move that finger up 2 frets to the 5th fret. I've got these fancy little things here. Sometimes people have dots on the 3rd fret and on the 5th fret. Now I'm playing my D note and my A note. And I'm doing the same thing I did on the C chord. On the 3rd fret, I'm just plucking with my thumb and my ring finger. So let's do it one more time. The G's, C, D, and G. Now these are not complete chords. In fact, I'm just playing the 2 G's in that chord with that 1 finger. And this chord, the C chord, I'm just playing the C and the G, which is what we call the root and the 5th. And on the D, I'm playing the root and the 5th, which is the D and the A. Now, let's change that and do something a little different. Let's do the chords like this. Okay, we're going to play the same thing that we did before, but now we're going to put our finger down, this finger, our 2nd finger right here, on the 3rd string up, 4th fret. So we've got our bar on the 3rd fret, our finger right here on the 4th fret, right next to the fret. That's what your chord looks like. And this is how we play it. I'm playing 1 note at a time. That's a complete G chord because we've got G, B, D, which are the 3 notes in the chord, and then we have a G on the top. Or you can play them all at once, just like that. Notice my hand position? When I pluck it all at once, I just close my hand, and then I open it again. Right? You don't want your wrist too low and pluck like this. That That's not very good. Just reach into the guitar, and it's like closing your hand like that. Or you can pluck one at a time. What you want to do is put all your fingers on the strings and then pluck one at a time, like that. All right, now we're going to change to the C chord. That was the G chord. Now we're going to do the C. This is what the C chord will look like. We're going to have our bar on the same fret. I'm just going to move my finger down a little bit so that my first finger is right there on that 3rd fret. And I'm going to do the bar across. Remember when we did the 2 notes here? Okay, now we're going to do 3 notes. I'm going to put my ring finger, see that ring, on the B string 5th fret. So that's what your chord looks like. Now I'm playing with my thumb, my middle, and my ring. So you can play it one at a time. I'm not even using my index finger, because I'm only playing 3 notes. I'm playing the C, and the E, and the G, and that's a complete chord. So this is a simple bar chord. Now let's move that same chord up to the 5th fret. Here's the C, and you just move it up 2 frets, and there's the D chord, and you pluck with the same fingers, the thumb and the middle and the ring, on the A string, the B string, and the E string. Let's show you the right hand on that. So this is our chord progression. 1, 4, 5, back to 1. So I'm only using 2 fingers. I'm using a bar finger, and I'm using this finger on the G chord. Then I'm switching to my ring finger on the B string. Slide up 2 frets, and back to my original G chord. 1, 4, 5, and 1. 1, 4, 5, and 1. There you go. Some simple bar chords for you to practice on. All right, my name is Hal. You can find me over at Patreon. And if you found this video useful, subscribe, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.